Hi, this is Sharon. I'm going to present a literature review written by Robert Mitchell and Matthew Geller. As a matter of fact, my research question was that does learning dance footsteps before the performance enhance the meter awareness and the quality of performance? So my question actually is not directly related to the article, but it also implies that is there any relationship between music and dance? So, like I said, I chose this article in order to understand the basic concept of relationship between music and dance for the background knowledge of my research question. As many researchers claim, there are many similarities shared between music and dance, such as rhythm, tempo, beat, pace, movement, fluidity, and etc. The researcher also mentioned another background information that music can be matched with visual image or scene. That's why music plays a pretty important role in the film industry. From what the article said, I was reminded of the theory of embodied cognition by Hoffman, saying that your mind or emotion is closely connected with your physical body movement. So this is the purpose of the study, to see if people can recognize the similarity between music and dance when these art forms are not simultaneously present. This article doesn't really have a research question, but there's a hypothesis instead. The researchers expected that people will better detect matches when pieces of the music and the dances are presented separately than simultaneously. So for the research design and procedure, they used 3 pieces of music and dance. The music they used for the study were very modernized musical pieces by John Cage, Peter Gabriel, and David Lantz. For the dance, they videotaped a dancer who is the professor of dance at Eastern Kentucky University, and the musical selection was interpreted by her dancing. So go back to the research design. They presented 4 conditions: sequential selection, sequential judgment, simultaneous judgment, isolated presentation. So 942 undergraduate students participated in this experiment. First, the 198 participants listened to music and then selected the dance they thought correlated. The other 198 participants did the opposite. They watched the dance first and then selected the music. For the sequential judgment group, participants did the same process. On the other hand, one group of the simultaneous judgment answered the question about the music in relation to the dance, and the other group did reverse. For the participants of the isolated presentation, one group answered the question about a piece of music, and the other one answered questions about a dance. So, this is what they presented as questionnaires: ranking, matches, and ranking. And these are the analyses they used: chi-squared test and the analysis of variance. These are the results of rhythm, and these are the results of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic images. So to assess the variance kinesthetic responses, they used two-way mixed ANOVA. So this is the result of the two-way mixed ANOVA. For the sequential selection, since the p-value is lower than the alpha level 0.05 and the f value is big enough, there was a significant interaction. And sequential judgment, f value is also big enough, so the p-value is lower than alpha level 0.05. It also has a strong connection. But for the simultaneous judgment, f value is too small, so which means f critical value is bigger than f value. So there is no significant effect statistically. Finally, isolated presentation, even though F value is not as big as the first two conditions, but it's big enough to have significant level. And as well as the p-value is lower than alpha level 0.05. And this letter M stands for the kinesthetic responses. So overall, the researchers were able to show in their study that participants can correlate music and dance very well when it was presented separately than simultaneously. This not only shows that there is a strong connection between music and dance, but also there are kinesthetic responses in relation to music and dance. These are references. This is a quote from the Baroque period great composer. Thank you so much.